everyone. Welcome to the AI Lunch and Learn. My name is Danny Ross. We do this every Tuesday at noon, barring any unforeseen things like me attending trade shows. But this week, it's been a lot of fun so far. It's only Tuesday. Let's go ahead. Whoops, wrong button. I love when technology is working on my side. Let's go ahead and reshare. Let me know if there are any issues with the screen share or my audio in the chat. I appreciate that. Also, in the chat, please put a 1 if this is your first time, very first time here. I see the little recording things. And hey, welcome. And I'm going to maybe mess up your name. Apologies, Ajita. Welcome to the AI Lunch and Learn. We do this, as I mentioned, every Tuesday, 12 noon. And then we have a different version that occurs every Thursday. And that is more for our existing customers who are building out what we call an affiliate program, but we also have where you can white label the entire BuildBiz platform and make it your own. There's just different technologies. What I like to do every week, there's always something going on in the AI space. You can always go in and ask any AI, any LLM, what is new in AI news this week, and it'll always keep you up to date. You can even set up an agent so that this pops up every week. You always know what's going on. In the entertainment space, you might have seen that Netflix acquired, or is in the process of acquiring, Warner Brothers. That's a big set of news. Accenture and Anthropic are the ones that make Claude AI, the Claude LLM. And then Microsoft, is a big partner with ChatGPT already. And so they're just building out things in India. I have no idea who these companies are. I've heard of Qatar, but I don't know anything out. And Yahoo's still kicking. It was always funny to me that Yahoo is still there. They went from being an extremely large player down to being almost non-existent for most US users. I do see people with Yahoo email accounts, but they're still kind of far and straight. Amina, thank you. How to have your AI assistant take notes for you. Oh, well, there's a lot of different ways, depending on how you're accessing this. If you're using Zoom, Zoom has an AI assistant built right in. And if you are using any other tool, there's a lot of ways to do that as well. If you look at the chat, you can see some of our virtual visitors. Otter is popular, OTTER, and you can ask it to record everything you do. To me, it's extremely annoying. I don't use it. I use it only when I'm actually doing a recording. I use the AI assistant built into Zoom. You can have it attend meetings when you're not there. Generally speaking, if I have a meeting and I don't want to attend, that means it's probably not that critical to me. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our deck. I'm trying to do different topics every week. This is lesson 2, and the recording for lesson 1 is uploaded. You can get access to it and see from last week. If you've been a long-time visitor, you will know how this works. And what's amazing to me is my VA and I have finally caught up within reason. If you've missed a call, you can go back into the platform. You can see the previous recordings going back to earlier this year. We actually have even more than these up there, but now we're caught up. It's a modern day miracle. We're up to November 25th, which was the last Tuesday I did because I was at the Global Hope Forum in downtown Atlanta. These are the prior recordings, and you can access them if you go into the BuildBiz platform. I dropped the link in the chat earlier. I'll do it again. I've got handy new tools that allow me to do all these kind of fun things, and I'll be playing with more camera angles and things next week. So you'll see a lot more technology in my Zoom presentation. Here I am in the bottom of your screen, just kind of chilling out. But I'll be floating all over the place as I add more technology to my Zoom calls, just to make it interesting. Where was I? Yes, you come in here. The first button is the Start Here, which welcomes you into the whole platform. And then the second option is the AI Lunch and Learn, where you can see all of the calls that are coming up in the previous recordings. All right, let's get back to our topic for today. This is on AI lead magnets and building out, you grow your business through various activities. In this case, creating a lead magnet where whatever your business is, it doesn't really matter. There's so many different ways to accomplish this. Basically, the concept is you teach somebody something, you give it to them most often for free to get them into your sales funnel. Your sales funnel is how people get to learn about you, get to learn about your products and services. And it doesn't matter what business you're in, you need customers or you can't grow. You have to find new customers. This is what this week's main topic is. We do this session at noon, but I should also mention that we will have a 7 p.m. session, which is more of a beginner session. If you've never joined us before for training, here is the link. I'll drop this in here. Hey, you have a fun first name, Ty. Ty, thank you. So anyway, there you go. That's for people who are very first time. Come to our 7 p.m. class, and I started the very beginning of what is AI, how to use, how to speak to AI. It's a good training class, and we do that every 2 weeks, 7 p.m. Tonight just happens to be where we'll be continuing. If we look at the models that we teach, Model 1 is about AI content engine. And we did that last week, and then the recording is available. And then, 2 weeks ago, we did it, and that recording is available. And then the Model 2 is what we're touching on today. That's tonight as well. You don't have to attend both, but if you want to get the beginning portion of the AI training, jump on that one. All right, let's keep rolling along here. You don't have a traffic problem, you have a capture problem. Visitors arrive, look around, and leave without a trace. That kind of defines what no conversion is. A conversion is somebody visits your services, website, page, sales funnel, any of the above, but they don't do anything, right? They don't actually respond to your asks for email. They don't connect with you in any way. So if you don't have a good capture mechanism, you're really just wasting money, especially if you're paying for people to come to your products or services website, meaning you're paying through Google, Meta, any kind of paid advertising methodology, or you're paying someone else to develop SEO for your website. This is the type of thing that we teach all the time. Last week, it was more along the lines of getting that first set of tools in place and building out websites. These are all things that are critical for any business. This week's lesson is about building a lead magnet and going out there. We're looking at building a system, right? First creating the lead magnet, building a landing page, and then creating the email process as well. What's great about email marketing, if you do it right, is it's very inexpensive compared to other models. It's something that you can grow daily as you add more people, and it has a pretty good conversion rate if you do it correctly. We're going to work on all of the systems. And again, this recording will be in place, so you don't have to worry about putting in too many notes. So if you have an existing business and you'd like us to use your business as an example of building out a lead magnet, please drop in the chat your domain name or URL, and I'll try to make it part of the training today. I like to do real world examples. It's always fun. Please drop your email or domain name into the chat, and we'll do some fun stuff with it. All right, AI lead magnet, 3 pieces: lead magnet, high converting landing page, automated follow-up sequence. All right, those are the 3 pieces that we need. We do need to talk about piece number 1, right? It can be almost anything. I'd say one of my favorite is using a quiz or a survey because it does 2 things at once. It engages people. You don't want to be very salesy when you first reach out to someone and you're doing your prospecting. You don't want to be salesy. You want to give them something. What's nice about a quiz is you can utilize it to be a non-threatening way. People like games. People like to participate. It's a non-threatening way to get someone to participate in your business, learn about your business or what your industry is about in general. What they care about is what they get, benefit to them. If you have a quiz where they can learn something either about themselves or how to do something, a quiz is highly effective. You can also offer checklists, common pitfalls, and how to avoid them. These are more static pieces. You can give them a blueprint on how to do something. You can create a video lesson, short and to the point, and you can use AI tools to create that video if you don't want to get on camera and speak. The goal is you need to give value. It's really important that you offer real value when you do this. One problem, one promise, one fast win, right? Build in minutes using AI. And so that's a common one that I use because it is easy to show and demonstrate how to use AI to do just about anything. It's so much fun, right? The idea is you give a simple one problem, one promise, and then one fast win so they come away feeling good about themselves. All right, so let's start with a quick evaluation. We'll grab one of these URLs. Let's drop it up here. And again, this works for anybody, by the way. Let's take a peek. This is Global Health and IT Solutions. You can see their color schemes, messaging, and things like that. We can ask AI to take a quick look and see where it is today and how it can be improved. Always a very important goal for any business owner is you always want to be growing and improving. Even if you do this process today and everything is great or it's, giving you just a few things, you want to do it at least quarterly. It's kind of like a checkup. Let's drop in this prompt. Let's replace this URL. Oops. Let's try that again. Sorry, I didn't get the URL. Should paste it in now. Here we go. We've got it. The URL. We'll give it the rest of it to be precise. All I'm doing is telling it, and if you come this evening, I'll teach you how to prompt. This is an OK prompt. First thing you want to do is tell the AI who you want it to pretend to be, who you want to invite to the table. In this case, I want them to be a digital marketing expert, and I want them to specialize in analysis of SEO and AEO. SEO is what Google does with their search engine optimization. AEO is the latest and greatest using LLMs or AI to evaluate and find things, and that's the best way to do it. And for the purposes of improving engagement conversations, review this URL. If you come tonight, I'll teach you what all of the pieces of this prompt is. We'll kick that off, let that start running, and it's going to give us information that we can use throughout the rest of our process. All right, so that's running. Now we want to start working on the next part of this, which is we're going to need a variety of components, if you will, right? And so one of the components that we're going to need is if we're going to build a lead magnet, right? We're going to need images, we're going to need content, where maybe we'll create some videos as well. There's lots of different pieces of the puzzle that we can put together as a lead magnet. To give you an idea, I was playing around with a lead magnet for a webinar last week. Matter of fact, tomorrow I'm going downtown again. I live in the Atlanta region. I'm going downtown tomorrow to the Small Business Expo. I do it every year. I've actually brought a booth in a couple of times. Now I network with people and gather things. It's a lot of fun. I'm creating a couple of lead magnets and things for tomorrow that I can leave behind with people as I meet them and say, here's a little bit about what I do and some benefit to you of learning about AI, right? Give that to people. Just tap phones together, however, give out business cards with QR codes. You can do all of the above. Use AI and technology to create all these different lead magnets and leave behinds and things like that. This is a quick summary of the website that tells me the good things it's doing. You're selling at least 2 different avatars on one page. What it's saying is on your landing page, you have 2 different personas that you're speaking to on one page. It's not so much as a negative as it may cause a little bit lower conversion. The reason is when people land somewhere, they only care about what's in it for them. If you have 2 different messages on one page, it can cause confusion, meaning I see stuff that doesn't have anything to do with me. This is not my website. For example, the Digital Express landing page is a complete mess. I haven't touched it in over 2 years. I created it as a catalog or a digital marketing, here's all the stuff we do kind of place. And so it doesn't have a specific purpose. When I do a review of this page, it always tells me you're just confusing people. It's just a lot of different stuff on this page. And it's really true. This page is not what I would call a sales funnel. This is what I call a catalog page. It is a lot of links and a lot of crazy stuff about what we do, but it's somewhat intentional. When I redo this site, which we're in the process of doing right now, by next year, I will still have a crazy landing page, but I will also have really simple, specific pages that have specific purposes. If you go to our Build App in 1 Hour page, it drops you into our App Server page, which is a good example of a sales funnel. It only has one purpose. It gives the atomic offer immediately. There's no confusion about who this is for, why you should be interested. You learn that just on the very top part, and then there's a convincing video about why this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then it continues on one topic, right? One promise. We're going to help you build and launch an AI app very quickly, very easily. And so that's what I mean by having one thing on your page when it says you have two different messages. It's okay to have those two different messages, but you may also want to have, if you're going to be pushing people through marketing to a page, you do want to have, so I'll give you an example. Solar Time USA is a website that we just built. The landing page is about solar and it's telling the story. Again, this is somewhat of a catalog page in that it's talking about residential, commercial, solar. In addition to that, when we do marketing, we push people to only what they care about. In this case, residential, right? And so it's all about the home. It's all about just a user. There's no confusion of why I'm here and why I should be interested. Same thing for commercial for your website. For example, you have home, free boot masterclass, and the boot camp. What AI is suggesting is after you do that, if you're going to market and push people to your landing pages, you create sales funnels under these main pages specifically for people. Again, just a suggestion from the AI. And then it's going on to talk about your homepage structure. I'll give you this link so you can review it in your leisure. It's giving you UX and visuals, what's good, what's not so good, so on and so forth. It gives you all these things. I usually do this in several steps. First, I tell it to give me a persona that I want to market to. And again, you have two personas here, is what it was saying. In the chat, tell me which is the one you want to grow first. In other words, you have new or newly early nurses healthcare, and then small businesses needing IT. So the boot camp. All right. And who's the boot camp for? Who's the boot camp for? New nurses. All right, cool. All right, so we're going to give it a marching order here. Now I want you to create a comprehensive persona for me, including all of the demographics and pain points for my boot camp targeting. We're going to focus on the persona or the person that we want to market to in our lead magnet and all of these types of things. Let me go ahead and get the link for that. Here's your boot camp information. We're going to add this to the whole conversation. All right. We'll go back now. Let's see if it's done. Yep, it's putting together all the things that you need to know about a person so you can talk to them, right? The overwhelmed nurse, 22 to 32. By the way, my mom was an LPN. She ended up being an administrator at a nursing home. I like nurses. Demographics. By the way, nurses are the ones that save your life when you go to the hospital. Okay, I went to the hospital one time and the doctor was trying to kill me, but the nurses kept me alive. So they're really, really important. Anyway, I digress. Demographics, primarily women. Yeah, it's also men, but primarily women. And it's giving you all of the things that they're interested in, the psychographics, motivations, emotional state, internal dialogue, day-to-day challenges. This is super important when you're doing marketing to understand. And of course, if you're in the space, you do understand these things, but it helps you refine them, put it on paper, right? By the way, if you have the platform, the other way that you can do this in here is this tool here called the Big Dream Generator. It asks you questions, and when you fill out these open areas, it'll build what we call a business brief. This does the same thing, but in one app. This is also in the Build Biz platform. I recommend anybody who's new to the platform, that's the first thing you do. In the platform, you do get, oh, I was building out some music for an app that I was building. In the platform, there's also a little music instrumental. You can build your own music instrumentals for things like videos and so on. BuildBiz. BuildBiz is fun. You can sign up, you get a 7-day free trial, 60 plus AI apps. You get free 11 books that you can use in your business using related to AI and how to do different things, financial, marketing, so on and so forth. It's really a good thing to try out. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, we're building out this clear messages. We have all of this. This is perfect. Now, let's give it another instruction here. I want you to create a business brief targeting the above persona and inviting them to our boot camp. Here is the URL and information on the boot camp. We're giving information about the boot camp. We're giving it information about I want is a business brief, kind of outlining everything for our first target. I think we're rocking and rolling here. Let's utilize that as part of the conversation. That should be enough to put it together. And then, of course, the next ask that I'll do is I'll tell it to give me some ideas for a lead magnet, and we'll kind of keep driving on from there. I'll pause, see if anybody questions. Any questions? Well, help me get as many nurses in this group as needed. I have been a nurse for 24 years. Oh, thank you. And, it's almost like when you guys were doing the COVID thing and people were like, thank you for your service. To me, you guys are more important than doctors. I know I'm being a little brutal on doctors. I apologize if there are any doctors on the line. I kind of inherited my opinion of doctors from my mom. She did not have a high opinion of doctors. I try to get her to go to doctors now. She's 89 and she's like, I don't want to go. I'm like, Mom, I know how you feel about doctors, but they are useful. Oh my goodness. It's hilarious to me. They have more education, no question, but sometimes the good ones are good and the bad ones are very bad. All right, so there we go. Let's keep going. Now we have our business brief. The new Nurse Confidence Bootcamp is the name it came up with based on your website page. This business brief is something you can utilize in many different ways. In this case, let's utilize it to create some fun things. We're going to go back into the platform again. This is the ChatGPT version of this business brief, but you can also help have it create different things for you, including videos. So let's create a quick video invite. Now I can create, I don't need that. I can tell it to, you know what I should have done? Let's do this. I skipped another step. I don't need a landing page. Give me a 1-minute video script. All right, I'll tell it to give me one with a call to action invite to the boot camp, right? So I can feed that into this and it just speeds up the process, right? I could actually give it the whole business brief and let the AI tool create it, but this way I can control it a little bit better. I can look at it and see what it says it's going to do. This is a disaster in most cases. When you ask the AI to pronounce this, it'll probably get it wrong. But I'll leave it for now. You can say something generic like you've passed your certifications. Let's see how it does. It's always funny to me when an AI is doing something. Sometimes it gets it perfectly right. Other times things like that trip it up and the pronunciation is horrible. It's only depends, right? In the Create AI website videos, you can actually just give it your website link or you can give it text. In this case, I'm going to give it text so it has something to work from. Then you can edit that even further. I can go in here and under advanced settings, hey, past your boards. I think that's much safer. Let's drop that in instead. Let's see. Perfect. I love it. Thank you. So you can use Adam.
Welcome to our AI.
In this case, we're trying to resonate with a primarily female. You can upload your own music like that. That's a little loop sample I was playing with. You can get it from the app and drop it in there, or you can drop it on here. You can get different colors. In this case, we're going to go with blues. We can tell it if we want it to be vertical or horizontal. So it just depends on how you're planning to use it. If you're going to drop it in a sales funnel, you can go either way. If you're going to drop it into Reels or something, you definitely want to make it vertical. It just depends on where you're going to use the video. Since we're using it for marketing, let's go portrait. By the way, you can create a horizontal version and then just redo the entire thing and change one setting to portrait. You don't have to redo all the scripts and all of that. You just have it regenerate with that one change. Anyway, so let's have that run. We have to create the lead magnet that we're going to use. We can use a video as a lead magnet. That's what I'm testing right now. We can drop that everywhere, and that'll drive people to your website. You can drop it into advertising. Can you give me that site again? Which site are we talking about? I wasn't paying attention. Which website do you need the link for? All right, so where were we here? Okay, so we have the script and we are going to work on our lead magnet. I can actually ask the AI, give me 5 high converting ideas for a lead magnet. By the way, for people who are asking, I'm using a tool called Voice-In here at the top. It just allows me to speak into Chrome. Of course, ChatGPT already has an audio, but I like that because I can use it in any website for any purpose. If it's text input, I can just use that Chrome extension. The new Shift Survival Guide, 7 Steps to Stay Calm. 10 things every nurse should know. By the way, every should know is highly effective. And then you add in the negative cadence, which is no one tells you. These are highly effective converting leads, grabbing attention and scroll stopping stuff, right? Because people are always curious. The new nurse anxiety reset toolkit, the new nurse charting cheat sheet, giving value, right? Charting cheat sheet, your first 30 days as a nurse, a complete roadmap, a complete blueprint. Any of those words are really good to get people's attention. The one you're working on now that is not ChatGPT. Oh yeah, no, I'm in. This one is ChatGPT. The other one is BuildBiz. That's the one I mentioned earlier. BuildBiz is the info links here. Drop those in. BuildBiz is the first link there. This is the one I'm using to build the website, the video, excuse me. It's done. Let's take a peek.
If your first year as a nurse feels nothing like you imagined, you're not alone. The patient load, nonstop charting, split-second decisions, and fear of asking basic questions can make every shift feel overwhelming. Here's the truth. You can become the confident, competent nurse you want to be with real-world guidance, structure, and support. That's why I created the new Nurse Confidence Bootcamp, a 6-week practical, no-fluff program to help you manage your shift, prioritize like a pro, communicate clearly, and chart faster. Walk onto the floor with calm clarity and control instead of anxiety, and turn surviving into steady, empowered progress. Enrollment is open now. Join the bootcamp and transform your nursing career from overwhelmed to empowered. Click the link to get started.
It didn't have any major flubs or flaws. The only thing I would change is perhaps some of the images, right? You know your target audience. You would want to change the images to be more related to who you're going after. For example, here, let me move this here. Let's bring this down. This image here, here's the truth of becoming a confident nurse. I like that wording, but the image doesn't quite match. I would actually grab this one here and replace this. By the way, you can click the regenerate if you want to give the AI a chance. The thumbs up for me, and always count the fingers when you're using AI to create an image of a person. It messes that up often. Thumbs up. I like the smiles on both of them. They look pretty confident. That's why I created the obvious thing I would want to do there is, ooh, you already have a video. That's cool. I like that. I always like videos, by the way. That's your customer. You look very confident. Amina. This is much easier for me to pronounce, by the way. Sorry, I digress again. Let's grab this image. Perfect. Now we would go back to our video that we're creating. Upload that image. Where's my image? I don't see my image. Sometimes it takes a second to go from one place to another. Mina, having trouble with my technology. Let's try it a different way. There's multiple ways to get this done. Website. There we go. And so we have the image. Whoops. It is simply not accepting my wonderful uploads. Why not? Give me 1 second, folks, while my brain percolates onto possible causes. There we go. I found you. I have no idea why I wouldn't put it where it's supposed to be. All right, that's why I created the new Nurse Confidence Boot Camp. There you go. Walk into the and then enrollment now. The boot camp transforming your nurses into overwhelming. Click the link below to get started. All right, let's grab another image for your boot camp. This is good. Let's grab this right here. If this was horizontal, we would get the whole thing in the image. But since it is vertical video, I'm going to take 2 shots so that I have what I need. If it's vertical, we'll see which one fits better. Now we've kind of got that, and we're ready to rock and roll, wrap up this video. Let's upload our screenshots. It's supposed to be in the download folder. Let's try this one first just to see how it'll fit. Yes, this is what I thought. It's kind of off to the right and left. If this was a horizontal video, it would get it all in there properly, but we can't afford to hope that it would work. Instead, we want to be absolutely certain. This one here. That should work much better. Okay, so you can put your logo there, right? All right, now that we are doing vertical still, and by the way, you can add more scenes if you want to make the video longer. You can delete scenes. You can change anything you type here will change the audio that the AI will read. Now that we've gotten our thing here, we have a few different ones that we could do. Survival kit, 7 steps to stay calm. 10 things that new nurse should know, but nobody should tell you. I could tell it here. Create a lead magnet from number 2 option. All right, so I'll tell it just create one there. That's funny. Yes, no, I can't quite hear you. All right, 10 things you should know that no one ever tells you. Now it's building that out for me. And so I can take this and do a couple of different things with it. I could take it and drop it into the tool, right? For example, this 10 things no one tells you. I could actually use this text and I could have it build out in the BuildBiz platform a couple of different tools. I could build out another script and have a UGC just read the script, right? I can give me a UGC script for this. Create a first person video. No narration. Directions. All right. And I could also have it build out a PDF for me. I can have it. There's just so many ways that you can do this. Oh, yeah. You don't have to show yourself. You can have what I call a UGC video, user generated content. And in the tool, in the platform, there are tools that you can create videos without your face. One is I just showed you the AI video, right? We have an AI reading a script and showing images. This is good. So here's a script. You're going to find this hilarious in just a second. So the new video, before we go on to the next thing, I'll share this with you. Please don't leave before I give it to you. Or if you're going to drop, let me know and I'll give you the link right away.
If your first year as a nurse feels nothing like you imagined, you're not alone. The patient load nonstop charting, split-second decisions, and fear of asking basic questions can make every shift feel overwhelming. Here's the truth. You can become the confident, competent nurse you want to be with real-world guidance, structure, and support. That's why I created the new Nurse Confidence Bootcamp, a 6-week practical, no-fluff program to help you manage your shift, prioritize like a pro, communicate clearly, and chart faster. Walk onto the floor with calm, clarity, and control instead of anxiety, and turn surviving into steady, empowered progress. Enrollment is open. Join the bootcamp and transform your nursing career from overwhelmed to empowered. Click the link to get started.
When you join this platform, you get 5 terabytes of storage. If anybody is wondering, how many videos can I create in here? You get 5 terabytes of storage, so you can create quite a bit. Let's do nurse. Oops. I'll give this file a name. Nurse Bootcamp. All right. And save and download. Okay, so I'm downloading that. Also saying, okay, so I've got the video link here. I can take this, which I just created, this little script. You're going to find this funny in a minute. So Control C, you can grab it, go back to the platform, and let's see, what did I call this in here? If you're looking for an app, there's 60 of them sometimes. You just want to use the app to help you find things. There's one in here called AI Spokesperson. There's a couple of ways that you can do this. You can take your script that you had the other AI write for you. By the way, in this platform, there's a tool called AI Sales Coach, which is like ChatGPT, and you can do all the stuff that I'm doing in here. Yeah, so this platform is called BuildBiz.ai, and it is the platform that I built specifically for small businesses to help them. I'm also showing you how you can do things in ChatGPT. I'm showing you how to do things in different places. The training on how to use AI is generic to all platforms, but how to use it to show you, I can build this in ChatGPT, I can build it in Claude, I can build it in Perplexity. It doesn't really matter which LLM as long as I learned the techniques. My goal is to teach you how to do it. Which tool you choose is completely up to you. My value to you is just learning, hey, this is the process or step by step. I can follow in a video of how to do this. If you want to use my platform, I appreciate that. Feel free to join. You can test it out for free. You don't have to. I prefer to teach people how to use any tool. Hopefully that helps explain. Grab the free guide and battle prompt. That's the end of it, right? I'm going to continue the voiceover. This is where you can pick a voice. You can also train it on your voice if you want to. But in this case, I'll pick a voice.
There is no greater harm than that of time wasted.
The years teach much which the days never know.
There's a lot of voices, and you can pick the one that fits.
Our distrust is very expensive.
Nature is a mutable cloud which is always and never the same.
Just trust yourself, then you will know how to live.
If you spend your whole life waiting for the storm, you'll never enjoy the sunshine.
There is no greater harm than that of time wasted.
You can upload audio here to use your own voice, and it teaches you how to do that as a step-by-step process. So you see right here, it says this big button here, create your voice clone. You can either upload audio or you can click this, create your voice clone. This will go through the step-by-step for using your voice. Let's continue to pick an avatar. There's a couple of different ways you can make an avatar, and I'm going to do it 2 ways, just so you can see how you can create a somewhat humorous version. There are avatars built in, different sizes and shapes. So first thing we would do is pick portrait. You can either upload a picture of yourself or use some other picture. So in the case of let's see what I have in the library here. Give me 1 second. If I go to upload, here we go. I got some in here already. I'm gonna pick the little girl. By the way, I created this little girl's avatar in this platform. These are ones that I've created already. There's a few that I've used. There's me. So you can upload a photo. So you can do it lots of different ways. I'm going to pick one that I already have in here for speed's sake. Then we can come back and test one with you if you want to. All right, let's upload the avatar. We've got that. Let's continue to generate. All right, so we have that.
It's a free guide and it's packed with things you don't learn in school. like how long charting actually takes, how to speak up without feeling embarrassed, why time management matters more than anything, and how to protect your mental health.
And the reason why the baby videos and the other videos are so popular is it's humorous in a way, meaning you have a little girl talking about an important topic. You want to do these things sparingly because it does cost additional above and beyond some things are free in the platform to utilize. And then there are a few things that are generating a lot of compute power, as we call it. It will tell you how many credits you're using. This is by far the most expensive thing you can do in the platform. 1,000 credits is $6.99. If I'm spending twice that, I know that's $14. It's going to cost about $14 to generate this video. You kind of know what these things cost after you play with it for a while. Certain things, like for instance, the other AI video tool, 50 credits on each video. Literally, you can create quite a few videos for your $6.99. That's very inexpensive. The UGC, because it's actually doing the voice. Oh no, it failed. I hate it when that happened. It might have been because I left the page. Failed to generate. Let's see what's going on. Refresh the page. I broke it, maybe perhaps because I left the page. We were going along so well. Let's see. I'll give it one more try. Generate script. No, I don't need to generate a script. I have a script. There we go. Continue the crossover. Let's use the voice. All right, test with your script. By the way, AI is never perfect. Every now and again, you'll run into some of this. When I tell people most often is it usually means the LLM that's behind it is busy.
It's a free guide, and it's packed with the things you don't learn in school.
That's perfect. Let's go upload an avatar. We already have one. We'll grab this one. And let's see. Okay, cool. We'll try it one more time. What I usually tell people is if something fails, just try it. And then if it doesn't work the second time, just walk away from it for about an hour or so. It usually means that the LLM is busy, and it's like any LLM, it can get bogged down. And let's try one more time to have it generate and see if it works. If not, we'll keep moving. We have our couple of tools. We have our video. I downloaded the video. Let me upload it for you. Give me 1 second. Where is it? There we go, MP4. All right, there you go. Enjoy and use it in good health, pun intended. All right, so that's that one. And then the ChatGPT one, let me give you that one as well. All right, link is copied. Let's see if it actually copied it. There we go. That's the ChatGPT thread. You can continue to use that thread to continue to develop things, and we will as well. Let's go back in here. Now we have this here. It's a free guide. So we've got a video going, so I can tell it now. There we go. I'm going to drop this into one of the other tools that I have called appserver.ai. I showed you the landing page for it. And I'm going to have it build out a prompt for it. Let's see, avoiding any other feature breaks, instructions. We can build out the prompt, features, and everything. All right, this website for branding and colors. Right, you can give it your logo so that the AI can use your logo. You could take a screenshot as well to give it an image, which is useful. And all right, now I'm just telling it, hey, build this out. So I want a detailed prompt for a SaaS-based landing page / sales funnel. Right? That's what we want. We want something that we can push people to and that they land on it and it will excite them to sign up for the boot camp. For example, you have your page here and you have the elements that are important. You have images that relate to the people, and you have your video that you've already done.
Saving lives is no joke. Congratulations on passing your NCLEX, but let me be clear, passing your NCLEX is just the beginning. Walking into that hospital on your first day, that's the battlefield. And if you're not ready, it will eat you alive. I passed my NCLEX Now What boot camp, that's your survival kit. We're talking time mastery, communication, respect, real unit talk, character building, work ethics, critical thinking, connecting the dots, resilience training to lead you on day one. You don't need another textbook. You need strategy. You need armor. Enroll now and dominate on day one, because saving lives is no joke. Let's go.
All right. When I click the link, it should be yours. I'm looking at it right now. It should be just the nurses stuff. Yeah, that's all yours. Now you can keep going with that and ask it to do different things for you. So let's see, where were we? We were building out a prompt. Let's see if it actually built the little girl this time. It will not build that little girl. Sometimes AI is just not working with me. And in this case, it was basically going to have the little girl read the script. The script is in your link there, so you can do that. I would probably wait. Don't try to do it right away. We have the lead magnet started. We have our high converting landing page we're working on right now. You already have a pretty good landing page, by the way. I like it. Prompts for landing page. I can tell this to run in my appserver.ai. What this will do for you, as an example, as a complex prompt, it will build this page. You just go to the AI builder here. It's an actual agent. Turn off the public part because you don't want anybody to see it as you're building. You can add a link to you can upload your logo if you want to have your specific logo added to the page. That's never a bad thing, of course, if you have one already done. I can go here and say something like, make it small so that it doesn't put a lot of white space around it. That's basically what we want right there. It's not transparent like it is on your website page. Get your actual image of your logo with the transparency so that it can be on anyway. But I could tell it branding styles and colors, use the branding visuals in there, use the attached image as my logo with a transparent background. You don't want to have a white background. In this case, I'm not telling it exactly how to build the website page. Anytime AI creates something, you should always read it. It is really important that you make sure that the AI is correct. We teach something called AI Super Self, which is where you are the human in the equation here. You have to make sure that everything is right. That's your job. It's going to go ahead and start building out this website for us using appserver.ai. Here's what's important and cool about appserver.ai. If you use it for nothing else, it'll help you take your text content and visualize it. If this is a landing page that you're creating, you can leave it hosted in appserver.ai, or you can take all of the content it creates and move it out and have your web designer add it. You can hire us to do those updates for you. We do 4 things really well. We do AI training, which I'm doing right now. We do AI app building, which I'm kind of showing you here. We help with website rebranding and digital marketing. We have courses for learning. For example, in the platform I showed you, we have some 76 or so videos for learning how to do this. And by the way, you can get to us also on YouTube. So you can watch all these videos as well. We're giving a lot of value, and the concepts are all important. This right now is building this in appserver.ai, just so you can see what this tool does. If you ever forget, almost all of the tools I show you are available via the platform. There's a link that'll take you to appserver.ai. So you don't have to remember all these things are. That's my white labeled version of appserver.ai. And so go ahead and check it out. All right, so where are we? Are we done? I really want it to be done. I didn't think it would be done. It's 52%. It's working on it. All right, so while we're doing that, let me do some housekeeping and answer questions. If you guys have any questions, please drop them in the chat. Let me drop the links for additional conversations and all the links to the platforms that I've shown you so far. The last one I want to do while this is kind of figuring this all out, because it's part of the lead magnet part, right? So you're going to have all these things on your high converting landing page. So on your landing page, clarity beats clever, focus on the outcome. Headline sells the page. It's really, really important that in that top part that we call above the fold, that you truly focus in on just the really important things and the atomic offer. Don't spend any time there talking about yourself. It should only about what you give them, what's the benefit to them, right? And then the last part of this equation is you want an automated email sequence to follow up on lead magnet. There's theories you have to, not theories, there's marketing practices where you have to reach out to somebody 5 times, 7 times before they will even understand or remember you. You have to touch them that many times, even though they signed up. This is the sequence that you need to have, and I'll drop that in the chat. Let's see. It did not give me what I wanted. I love technology. Let's try that again. There we go. I'll drop that in the chat. Go ahead and grab that. This is the same thing. I would go back here and I would say, now give me a 5 email sequence that I can use to follow up on my lead magnet. Here is an example. It's going to go off, take that instruction set, and it essentially is going to create emails specifically about the boot camp that I can deliver. And there's so many different ways to deliver them. One of my favorites, and this is again a really cool app that I have in the platform, it's called LeadBiz. The LeadBiz is for businesses to send out emails. I'll drop that in the chat for you. And it works, essentially it's an agent, an AI outreach agent, and it'll go out there and work your email list. You just give it your email list. You can import it if you have one already. I don't recommend you buy lists, by the way. There's ways to grow your list organically. I recommend that as being the most effective way to do that. And we can help you with that as well. But you definitely want to take your email list, hand it to this. And what's unique about it, why it's going to get really high open rates, is because it does not use a blast approach. It sends a unique email to each individual person. I was getting 38% open rate, which if you've been in this business a long time, that's ridiculously high. But you know, this was just a subset. I didn't send it to all of my list, but just to a small set. And I was targeting existing customers. Again, it definitely made the open rate higher because I was doing that. But it also tracks all of the aspects of managing your email. The AI will answer emails for you. It can schedule calendars, things for you. It's really, really powerful. And that's what LeadBiz does. All right, everyone, let me wrap this up. Let's see if it's built your app. Oh no, we still got 4 minutes left. I'll pause and see if there's any questions, but if everybody is okay with staying on, I'm okay with staying on as well. It happens to me every now and again. I go way over, teaching way too much content in 1 hour. The video will be available so you can go slower at your own pace. I've given you the links. Now all we need is this part here to be finished, so that you will have this as well. I'll be doing this same training again at 7 p.m. tonight. I'm definitely not going to spend as much time explaining the BuildBiz platform so that I can get it all fit into 1 hour. When I do these, I go off on a tangent sometimes that causes me to go over my time slot. I appreciate anybody who's still hanging in there. I see a few names. I appreciate it. Let's keep going. And it should be almost done. By the way, you can have any AI tool. I have a lot of AI tools in here. The AI Sales Coach is the one that I mentioned that is similar to ChatGPT. So you can have conversations back and forth with it. It's trained on sales and marketing. I trained it. So it's a customized version of an LLM focused on sales and marketing. You can ask it about the different things you want to do. It can write scripts for you, just like ChatGPT did. The one that didn't work was the AI spokesperson. It may be busy. And that's the only one we didn't get to show you today. It's a lot of fun. I can show you some of that we have already done. That would be actually a good idea. All I can say about this tool is it's pretty good when it works.
It's a free guide and it's packed with the things you don't learn in school, like how long charting actually takes, how to speak up without feeling embarrassed, why time management matters more than anything, and how to protect your mental health so you don't burn out 6 months in. I wrote it because so many new nurses feel lost and stressed, and nobody's talking about the real struggles we face our first year. If you're walking into shifts with anxiety or secretly Googling things you're scared to ask, this guide will help you feel less alone and more prepared. You can download it for free, and if it helps you, you're going to love the full New Nurse Confidence Boot Camp, where I go even deeper and walk you step by step through your first year. Grab the free guide. I promise it'll make your next shift feel a whole lot easier.
What I would do with that is I would actually blend this with the other video so that you had changes in the background and the B-roll, as they call it. Just like you did with your original video, you could actually add a little bit more content to it. You could put your picture instead of it and space yourself and the little girl. It's really about creating something that'll cause somebody to stop scrolling if you're putting this into a feed. Let me see if this is small enough to upload. It should be. It wasn't that long a video. Yep, there we go. I'll upload that. There you go. Short, small video. So again, you could interspace it. You could change the script so that it's a little more, the audio is a little more exciting in the very beginning here. Instead of it's a free guide, it should be something a little bit more punchy to get their attention. I'll give you an example. When I did this one.
Hey, Realtist, can we be real for a second? Ever feel like your real estate career is stuck on cruise control while golden opportunities fly?
The difference is the first line grabs your attention. And so that's what you would want to change in the script. Again, I didn't read the script. I just pasted it in there. You can create these very easily and just ignore the message that says it didn't work, because it does work. I don't know why. So like this one here, same little girl.
You call yourself a CEO, but you don't even know your IQ score. Me? I already know mine. I run things at Recess and in the metaverse. Take the quiz. Beat my score if you can.
That's just to get your attention to go take the little AI quiz, right? Yes, you can use your own likeness. You can upload your own photo and then make it from there.
Did you know that nearly half of Georgia's renter households pay over 30% of their income on housing?
When you upload your photo, crop it, just your face is showing, because then you don't have issues with hands and all of that. Just use a close-up and speak into it. But
hey, Realtist, can we be real for us?
Keep the hands out of it is my pro tip, but you can use your shoulders, anything up to your shoulders.
Hey, Realtist.
Like I said, keep your hands out of it. All right. It's almost there. 2 minutes and 11 seconds. It can make it. But it's doing a lot. This is why you have to, when you build with these things, create a stunning, high converting landing page. Basically, this is like hiring hiring a developer group, right? Paying big money. Hero section is telling you what it's doing there. It's building out the core functionality, generating images, doing all these things. This is why it takes a minute to do this. It says it's been working, I think it was saying it was going to take about 8-9 minutes. It's building all this out in a ridiculously fast period of time. I would say it's well worth it from a cost point of view. It'll tell you how much it costs to build it. When you sign up for this, there's the lowest tier, I believe is $8 a month. And then the next tier up is $47 a month. When you get started building your app, you're going to blow through $47. And then once you get it up and running, you can go back down $8 a month. It does cost money to host a website, but you can build almost any kind of website your mind or app. This is not only a website, it's actually an app. That's the difference, right? It's not building just a website, it's actually an app. You can connect all kinds of things. If there's a board exam that you want to connect via API, if there's a payment system you want to connect, you can build Stripe right into the app. You can build out just about any kind of tool. I have built out this website for a customer. Again, same thing, video. You can book cleaning, you can book flat rate. This is an app, but it's also a sales funnel where it's answering questions. You always have to have a good FAQ section. I showed you Solar Time, and what's interesting about Solar Time, I just built this website. I built this one manually in Wix Studio. What's important about this I wanted to show you was I've built a lot of websites here, including my own. If you look here under the select site, and we go into the back end of the website, what I thought was really interesting is I built this site, like I said, less than 30 days. It is showing that I have user queries on AI. 66 people found the website just searching ChatGPT or maybe Siri on their phone. I haven't done any marketing yet. I haven't had time because the customer is busy doing other things. When she gets back to me, we'll start a marketing campaign. But this is just people searching for solar companies, finding based on AEO, not SEO, AEO. And so they're asking an AI to help them find a solar company. And that is the power of AEO. And that's one of the things I wanted to kind of just talk about. And why, when I build websites for customers, I not only do SEO, of course, because that's old school, but it is important. And then I also do AEO, which is AI engine optimization. You have to build your website with both. That's another pro tip I'll throw out there. All right, let's see. 94%. It says it has less than a second. And what's looks like any tool that's building things, that less than a second usually lasts about a minute or two. It's still working hard. It's doing what we call edge functions right now to handle the lead magnet. And so this is the kind of putting all these things together. And then we can upload physical lead magnets. Like I can ask it to build out a PDF or something. And so I could do here and go, build me a colorful, well, actually, it won't put the images in. I have to add the images. We'll see. Build me a powerful, persuasive, high converting lead magnet. I can also include in my emails. Comma, the styles of Dan Kennedy and Gillian Perkins. You can invite anybody to the table when it comes to AI conversations. In this case, I'm picking two people. Dan Kennedy is an old school, hard-hitting kind of marketing guy. Gillian Perkins is a YouTuber. I just happen to like the way she presents to her customer base. And so I like to bend them together. So I have the hard-hitting stuff, and then I have the softer stuff. Those are the types of things we want to do. Now it's putting this together here. It's building out the text. It can build out a slide deck. It can build out all kinds of things. So you can have the AI build so that you have all of these different ways to reach customers that you're targeting and then put it all together. These are all the things that I can say, give me a text-only slide deck. I'll give you an updated link so you have all these things that we're building. Updated slide deck I can use for presentations. And all right, cool. Is it still building here? We're almost done. Perfect. I love how it's including the link and everything for you. So this is the PDF that it created. You could take this and drop it into Gamma, which is one of my favorite tools. I'm only going to recommend AI tools that I actually use myself. I love PowerPoint, and I've used it for decades, but I use Gamma now because Gamma is AI built. They've added AI to PowerPoint. Microsoft is not stupid. It took them a while to catch up, but they did finally catch up. Oh, yes, this is the last slide here. I will share this deck with everybody as well, and it'll be in the video. You can have it build out. I had it build out some slide decks for me. Gamma is super cool if you haven't played with it already. A lot of people have been using it. Yep, there you go. I'll drop this in the chat. That you get the whole conversation. The way chat works is it only gives you the last bit of the conversation. Like you asked the question earlier. Yes, you can access it. Let's see, we'll share it again. Da, 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 da. All right, so link has been copied. Let's drop this in here. This is updated with all the last bit of stuff that we just did. Feel free to take it and have fun with it. 97%. Now my AI is on a lunch break. This is why I said to people, sometimes it's good to just walk away, get a coffee, stretch your legs, let the AI keep cooking. It will not drive you as crazy instead of waiting. So if we went into this project here and went to custom avatar, you can edit the project and go back to avatar and upload another photo. When you go into BuildBiz, take that and experiment with it. Buy a bunch of credits. Credits, again, are relatively inexpensive for most of these tools, and then run it on your own. It's pretty easy to do. It's a lot of fun. There are a lot of videos on how to create a spokesperson avatar in the AI Lunch and Learn, including this video. We will save this video to the channel eventually. And you can go ahead and get started on that. Matching PDF handout. We already did quite a few of these, so we don't need to do any more. We're just waiting for, oh, there we go. It created this website. You passed your NCLEX, I forgot how you pronounce that, NCLEX. Now learn how to thrive. Simple messaging, a photo that is representative is good. A 6-week boot camp that helps you. This page is only about the boot camp. And then here's your free guide. Remember, I pointed to that. What we would do is link the PDF that we just created or a video that we want to right here. They click on it, they go to that video. And, you know, these numbers are all fake, but you can just click the edit button and change the numbers to whatever you want. It doesn't have to be about number of nurses trained. It could be about number of hours saved once they take your boot camp, you know, whatever you want to make those metrics about. And then it's giving you stuff that you should have. I don't know how long your boot camp is. So this might be, instead of week 1, it could be hour 1, hour 2, hour 3, right? However long your boot camp is. Obviously, this is like a 6-week course, but you can change it to whatever it is on yours. What other nurses are saying, always replace these fake testimonials with real ones, please. Don't use fake testimonials. If you don't have good testimonials, just don't use them at all. 10 things every nurse should make. No, perfect. Get your free guide. Perfect. Again, it's pulling people in. The course, I have no idea what the price is. You update the pricing and the information. But this is an example of really good FAQs. Now, what are FAQs important for? If you're not there to answer the questions, your website or sales funnel should answer those questions right away. Also, this is what the AI uses to decide if your website is the right website to recommend. Always have good, descriptive, highly descriptive FAQs on your website. Put them on as many pages as you can. I would just click the edit button and then I go down here to the image and I would upload a new image. Wait a minute, where is it doing? That's weird. Oh, okay, there we go. I think you weren't recent. I don't think you showed up into my download folder for some weird reason. There you are. And we would upload you there and save. Certain things are easy to do. Certain things are extremely difficult, but that's with website building, right? It's a good editor, but the things that are easy are very easy. The things that are hard are very hard. And what I mean by hard is when you start to do things like connecting databases and the backend and connecting APIs to Stripe, it's not that you can't figure it out. It is not as intuitive as you would hope. And it's not really the app server AI fault. It is usually the target. For instance, Stripe, for whatever reason, makes it highly complicated. Well, I know why. It's a security thing. They want to make it hard for you to get access to their API. They want to make sure who you are. It's a lot of steps. But anyway, so now that we have this, we got that link. Perfect. This link now will work. I can publish this and people can access it. By the way, you can add this to your existing domain as a subdomain page, or you can buy a domain. I can go into settings here and let this page be available. It's still private, but I can share the link. I'm going to grab this link here and drop it in the chat. You can take a peek at it. Eventually, I'm going to kill it. What you want to do is clone this. And so you have your own build appserver.ai account, then you can start going from there. But I'll leave it up for a couple of days. The reason why I'm going to shut it down, not shut it down, but take it out of my account is if I keep it in my account, I pay for the hosting of it. You do want to get your own account so that you can handle the thing. When you log in under billing, it tells you what plan you're using. Obviously, I have a very advanced plan because I'm in here all the time. You can pick a subscription and it'll tell you how much your hosting is. I'm using APIs and all these things in this section. So it'll tell you this is a free one where you can't build anything because it only gives you $1 or $2 a day. Mini, which is $7 a month. 47 is the one where you're going to start building. This is a good one to start with, and then you can go all the way up. When you look at the building process, I just built your page quickly here. It worked for 11 minutes and it was $23. It tells you how much it cost to build this sample website page. That's why I said the $7 one is relatively useless for building. You really can't build much with it. Hopefully that helps. You don't need to have 2 websites. You can take all of this content, the layout and everything, and put it on your original website. It's just showing you how a good sales funnel should lay out. You can keep this under the $7 a month and it should be fine. What you're paying for is uploads, downloads. You're paying for compute time, like how much time it actually stays active. You're paying for like when somebody visits your website, if they download something, so that's what you're paying for on a hosting basis. I don't think you need to have 2 websites, but you can pick and choose. You could have this website up and running when you're running sales campaigns to your bootcamp, and then put it to sleep when you're not using it. You can be on the $7 or $47 a month plan. There's a big gap, I know, but that's how they set it up. And you figure out which one is doing a good job. If you go over the $7, don't worry, they just bill you for the difference. Obviously, when they bill you that difference, it's more expensive than the $47 plan on a per minute or per compute cycle basis. I'm telling you a lot of things you don't need to know right now until you decide to use the app server, but I like to tell my customers how to do things. All right, we're way over, but hopefully everybody got something out of this class. I had a good time, and it was nice meeting everybody who's new, and I'll be back 7 p.m. tonight. We'll do a shorter version, maybe. Focused on getting started with AI, how to speak to AI, and then we'll build out some stuff again. All right, everyone, have a good one, and I look forward to seeing whoever in the next conversation. All right, have a fun